This video has been a very long time coming. I have been putting off filming this video for almost over a year right now, and I don't know, I feel like this is the right time. Well, I don't feel like there's any right time, but like I feel like I'm more prepared, I'm more ready to speak about this video. And also I don't have any other content planned, and I am tired of feeling guilty for not filming this video. So let's hop right into this video. Today we're going to be talking about like a very serious and special topic to my heart, which is dealing with rejection. A little bit about the chapters that we're going to be focusing on. So I have two story times for you, because you know one thing that Sharon is going to do is going to use her life experiences to explain a particular topic that we want to talk about. Then after that, I will tell you the aftermath of when these things happened to me, like how I was feeling afterwards, lessons I learned, and how to actually deal with rejection. So without further ado, let's get right into it. But if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and if you like what you see and what you're watching, make sure you also share it to your friends and family members so that they too can join in the blessing. Let's get right in. Sometime in 2023, this particular brand reached out to me. I knew it was during March because I was posting videos for my International Women's Day series where I was celebrating women, and I was posting every single day for 8 days straight. So I got a lot of traction on my page. A lot of people were following me, which I'm truly grateful for. And in the haze of all of this, I got an email from this particularly big brand in Nigeria. I was so elated. I called all my sisters. I told all of them. I called my big sister. I was like, okay, how do I draft up an email that makes me sound sophisticated and all that so that I could write back to them? So we were sending emails back and forth. I think they sent me this like questionnaire to fill. Like that was basically how this whole conversation started via email. So I did feel like I was so serious about this. I answered the questions with so much effort. You could tell that like this was something that really meant a lot to me. So after that, I sent it back to them, and then we now scheduled a meeting for like an interview. The interview went great to my knowledge. I did forget who they asked me to tell them about myself, and I forgot who I was. But you know, it went well. They seemed like really nice girls. There were two girls on the panel. They seemed so nice, so cool. They had this like cool, calm, big sister voice, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to be on their team. For the interview, I didn't hear from them again. Like in like a week, 2 weeks, I didn't hear from them. So I called my big sister that like works in corporate, and she was like, okay. She gave me like a template to draft out an email asking them basically how far you have not gotten back to me on the job offer and everything. And I sent them the email, and they were like, they sent me back like quickly that, oh, we are so sorry, we're a little bit busy now, but they'll let me know if I have been included or if I have gotten the job basically. So they still haven't gotten back to me today. Okay, second story time. And this one is kind of juicy because it's about a boy. Obviously it's juicy because it's about the boy. Around that same time last year, or a bit later after that, I met this boy that I thought ticked off all the boxes on my list of a perfect guy. I was head over heels. I was head over heels for this man. And let's call him Derek, okay? I was head over heels for Derek. Like, we were hitting it off. Everything was good. Everything was perfect. Until the day he said that he knew that I wanted a serious relationship, and he wasn't ready to be in a serious relationship with me. This is not to boast, right? There's no boasting involved in this, right? But I had never in my life ever been told that a guy doesn't like me. It's not like every guy in the world likes me, right? It's just that any guy that I was giving I was even speaking to, they liked me. Like I never was in a situation where I was speaking to a guy, I was chasing after a guy and he did not like me. I've never been in that kind of situation, right? Thank Jesus. And I was not even so hurt. I was just mad. I was like, why would he say that? Why doesn't he want to be in a relationship with me? Like, am I not enough? Am I not me? Like, you guys are looking at me like, why wouldn't anybody want to be in a relationship with me, right? I was so pissed off, more pissed off at the fact that he didn't want to be in a relationship with me than the fact that, okay, we're actually breaking things off. Before I carry on with the story, let's talk about the aftermath of these two events that have shaped my thinking on rejection. After I got rejected by that big brand, I fell off. I felt so downcasted. I was like, what am I doing? Like, what did I say in the interview? I knew it was my first ever official interview. Like, what did I say that was so bad that put them off? What did I do that, like, what about me wasn't enough for them? What about me wasn't valuable enough for them to, like, undergo all measures to make sure that I get on the team? Like, my head was splitting. Like, I'm not even playing with you guys. My head was splitting. And to make matters worse, so there's this guy that I follow that was in my high school with me, and like immediately, like let's say a month plus after I asked them, oh, I haven't heard back from you, and they told me, oh, they are getting back to me. A month or so after that, this guy posted on his Instagram that he was working with this brand. I wanted to die. I wanted to die. I started comparing myself to this, but I was like, my videos are crisp, they're clean girl aesthetic, they have nice music, and it's not like his videos were bad, but like they were not just my vibe. So I was just like, his videos are so razzy and thoughtful looking. Like, I was just hating on him. And I didn't unfollow him. I was watching his every move. There were so many parties going on in Lagos at that time, so like he was going for all of them. And to make matters worse, this boy from my secondary school had he had an interview. He did an interview with Davido, and I don't know, for some reason I felt like if I was on that team, I would have met Davido. And if you know me, I'm homosexual, like OBL to the core. I felt so pained. I was so angry that why would this boy from nowhere, like, how long have I been doing this thing? How would he just come and take this thing from me? I was so pissed and I was so angry at him. And like, we don't even talk. Like, I haven't spoken to that boy ever since we graduated. That was the aftermath of being rejected. Then the second aftermath from being rejected by Derek. So, because I want to give you guys all the context possible, I'm going to be reading my journal entry from the day that he actually broke things off with me. This is like a lot of TMI. I don't let anybody read my journal, but I feel like it's going to help you. And yeah, so that's why I'm reading it. Who is making noise? Anyway, so okay, so this is dated. Oh my god, it wasn't even last year. It was 2022. Anyway, yeah, so it was 2022. Sorry, my bad. So this is dated 2nd of December 2022. Derek called it quits. LOL. He told me he wanted to talk, and to be honest, I expected him to ask me out. I don't even know why. Because deep down, I know he isn't fit or ready to be my boyfriend. Shasha, he said he wasn't ready to have feelings for a girl. Apart, he has deep feelings for me. And those were one of the bubbles that he told me. He told me that he has so much deep feelings for me, but he wasn't ready to be in a relationship. So he didn't want to, like, basically, he didn't want to risk it for me. That he isn't ready, which is fine, I guess. I've been new. Also, why go into something when one party, actually both, I was lying to myself that I wasn't ready to be in a relationship with him, is obviously not ready. I just hoped God he doesn't come back thinking I am future Drake or Thames. I will be waiting for him. I need to speak to my brother. I wouldn't want to speak on this again though. Abi, we are cool. No one. So I was hurt. And to make matters worse, if you guys know that, I don't know, I call her Rye, but I feel like people have another name for her. Just a heartbroken girl. Like, the man that I love sat me down last night and he told me that it was over. Done decision. That song, that was when it became popular. And the next day, after like 3rd of December, I now listened to that song and I was like, oh god, this woman, she's understanding what I'm going through. Yeah, that is how I was feeling that day. I remember being so tempted when he was telling me that he likes me so much, but he doesn't want to, like, why did it get darker? Yeah, he likes me so much, but he doesn't want to be in anything serious with me, and he knows that I want something serious, and it won't be fair to to hold me back, basically. And honestly, thinking about it now, that was such a great thing to say. I know most men will lead you on when they know that they don't want anything from you or they don't want to have like a relationship with you. Well, I'm so grateful to God. I'm grateful to Derek that he actually had the balls to come and tell me that, oh, he knows I'm looking for something serious, but he can't give me what I'm looking for. So forever, like, even though he's a stupid boy, even though he hurt me at the moment, I know that like what he did, I'll forever be grateful for what he did, because that's such a mature thing to do. It's actually the right thing to do. But I remember being so tempted to tell him that, oh, I don't mind if he doesn't like me or if he's not ready, that I will wait for him. See, after I told my journal, there was no future Drake or Thames. I was all of them joined together. He was literally here, ready to come out to say that, oh, I will wait for him to be ready to be in a relationship with me. I will continue to love him. I will continue to care about him. Like, it was literally here. I was going to say it, but I don't know what stopped me from saying it. And I'm forever grateful, because that's definitely the work of the Holy Spirit. And I think I understand why girls say a lot of rubbish to men. I don't condone it, honestly. I don't condone it. Like, watch what you say regardless. But like, I understood all those girls that are crying and begging men that, oh, you are the one for me, this, because like that's exactly how I felt. It was in that moment when I decided to shut my mouth up and not say anything stupid that I knew that I was very, very serious about wanting more for myself, my relationships, my life in general. Now, for the lessons I learned in these two case scenarios, I see rejection as redirection. And not just redirection, but a form of God's redirection. Because if I had gotten that job position, first of all, when I saw, like, after I calmed down and I stopped being a jealous fool and I realized what this guy was doing, it's not something that Sharon does. Like, it's very out of brand for Sharon. I mean, if I was given the job, I would have turned into a person that does all those kind of things. I'm not saying that what he was doing was bad, but it just didn't fit. It doesn't fit my aesthetic or my vibe. So if I had gotten that job, I wouldn't have felt fulfilled in any way. I would have been forced to turn into all these people, like all this. No, I'm not saying like in a bad way, but I'll just have to be more extrovert. I'd have been more extroverted than I naturally am. And I feel like people would have been able to tell if I was forcing myself. At my core, I'm a very introverted, calm, chill person. And it's until I drink Monster Energy that I would behave that way. The job wouldn't have fit me at all. Like, it wouldn't have fit me. My academics would have suffered. I remember them asking me how I was going to balance or juggle nursing with if I get the job. And I was like, oh, I was in 400 level then. And I was like, oh, I've done it before. I've been an executive in my department and I've done it. I could do it. It was right for me to get that job. I know that God would have provided a means, a way, substitute, something to allow me to have been able to juggle and balance working with them and also being a nursing student. But I know that my academics would have suffered, because I know the shaky I've seen in this final year. I know the exams I've had to write like this, that I didn't even properly read and prepare for. I just had to be writing. So I know that if I had gotten that job at that point in my life, my exams would have suffered. I have to read a journal entry, and this is like a little bit TMI, but I know that somebody out there is probably going through this, so I just want to help you. So this entry is dated 10th of December 2023. I was talking about an account of something that happened before, but I did not journal it that particular day. So this part says, on December 3rd, 2023, a year and 1 day after Derek ended stuff with me, my current boyfriend asked me to be his girlfriend. And then I started to list qualities of my current boyfriend. The sweetest, most thoughtful, talented, kind, confusing, annoying, and gentle human being in the world asked me to be his girlfriend. And I feel like this is a lesson learned on its own. It was not until after Derek broke things off with me that I realized how much of myself I had lost in the relationship I was building with him. There were so many parts of me, like once after that realization that he had left me, I was not like, oh, why am I not Sharon again? I became Sharon's Derek. I wasn't Sharon anymore. I lost all sense, rather, of of individuality, I became so attached to the image of Derek that I lost Sharon. Like, Sharon was completely lost. And it's so stupid because after the situationship I was in before Derek, I promised myself, I kept on saying that I will never lose myself because of another man. I will not allow a man to confuse me and allow me forget about who I truly am. Which is something I have to say, side note, you have to get to understand and know yourself so well. You have to know yourself inside out before you even think of having a relationship, whether be it a girlfriendship or a boyfriendship, platonic or non-platonic relationship. You have to know who you are, because the more we stay around other people, we could sponge up their characteristics, and this could shape who we are. You could relate it to how when girls become close together, girls stay in the same space for a long time, and then their cycles like sync. So that's something like how other people's behaviors can affect our own behavior. So once you get to know yourself so deeply, when you start debating from who you are, you realize and you check yourself. That's your side note. I found out that I lost Sharon. I lost all sense of individuality when I was with Derek. And it was not until he ended things that I started questioning myself, like, Sharon, this is not you. Like, get back to default settings. And so after things ended with Derek, I started to focus more on myself, focus more and connect more to things that mattered, like my relationship with God, my girlfriends, and basically my relationship to myself. It was like I was telling myself sorry for the bullshit that I had put myself through. I say all this to say that until you see rejection as redirection, you're going to stay stuck in the same place that you have been over and over and over and over again in your life. You're not going to move, you're not going to progress until you see that once you have been rejected, it is a means for you to turn your attention to something else, or it is a blessing or a sign from God that that thing is not meant for you, that you are meant for more, that ahead there's something greater and better for you waiting. Now, I will say Derek was a totally horrible human being, but I am in the best relationship I have been in my life now. And I don't want to say it's thanks to Derek, because it's all thanks to Jesus Christ. Derek, if you're watching. But if he hadn't left me, I would have been in such a depressing. Imagine being in a relationship where you have dampened down your existence, your personality, just to be formidable or to be malleable in a form that the person likes you. I wouldn't be Sharon. I would have lost all sense of who I truly am. But now I am in a relationship with someone who celebrates who I am, like as I am, without wanting me to change just to be with him. I'm in a relationship that is so beautiful that it could have only come from God. This is just to say that when you're rejected, maybe it is a sign. No, maybe it is a sign that better things are coming and are in store just for you. That was very deep. My chest is paining me. So let's get straight into how to actually deal with rejection. I put how to do rejection into 4 hours, and at the time I was scripting this particular part of this video, I wrote them down, but when I was actually scripting this video out, I realized that maybe I should go the other way around when talking about dealing with rejection. So the first R is rest. Girl, you need to rest. Do like this. Calm down, okay? You need to rest. When you have been rejected, it's normal for you to fall off. It's normal for you to be distraught. It's normal for you to be confused and combobulated. I hope that's the word. And be discombobulated. Ahead, that's the word. It's important that you rest. You allow yourself to process these emotions for as long as you want. Something that's really helped me in my development journey is treating emotions like visitors. Obviously, visitor is not going to come and stay in your house forever. If visitor is going to come, they're going to eat your food. They're going to just use your lights, use your phone, use your laptop, use your TV, and then they're going to go. When we treat emotions like visitors, it helps us to process them better, because we know that, okay, I'm feeling sad and depressed right now. Doesn't mean that I have depression, and doesn't mean that I will be sad and depressed for the rest of my life. So rest, relax, calm down, okay? Understand these emotions and why they are coming to you. Try to process them and sit with these emotions. If you want to cry, cry your eyes out, but cry in a way that you know that joy is coming in the morning. The next R is to re-strategize. This is basically saying he broke your heart, he broke your soul. That job offer broke your heart, it didn't break your soul, it didn't break your spirit, okay? So dust your slippers, wipe your eyes, lock up, okay? You're a babe, lock up, and try to start thinking of what else you want to direct or focus your energy towards. For me, in the case of being rejected for that job offer, it was to, what did I re-strategize on? I think I just focused back on being a content creator. Came to the realization that I didn't want that job because I was passionate about it. I'm passionate about content creation, as you can probably tell in this video. But I didn't want that job because I was passionate about it. I was just tired of being broke and I needed money. Like, I needed an extra source of income. So that's why I was so pained about that job. Because I was like, imagine how much they'll pay me to interview Davido. You see, it's very money centered, and that's why I wouldn't have feel fulfilled in any way. So try to think about what is the next thing that you want to focus your energy on. Now, the next R, as you might have already guessed, is redirection. That thing that you have re-strategized to focus your energy on. Direct all your time, energy, effort, space, thinking capacity to it. And this could be schoolwork, it could be going to the gym and getting a great body, it could be focusing on your female friendship, it could be focusing on yourself, which I feel like you could redirect your energy to focus on yourself. Because I feel like focusing on yourself, especially when you have gone through a breakup, is so clutch. And like, you know that you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. Redirecting your energy, time, and efforts to things that actually matter to you is very clutch and very, very important, especially when you are dealing with rejection. I want you to understand that it is not the end of the world. Just because you didn't get that job that you have been so meaning to get, just because you didn't pass that exam as well as you thought, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are a failure. Oh wait, we'll get to that at the end. So the last R is refocus. So now you have redirected your energy to something that is meaningful to you, something that you deeply care about and you connect with. Now I want you to refocus, put all your focus into this new thing that you have turned your direction to. Block out all the noise. And I know I'm saying that as if it's easy, but it's very, very hard. Once things ended with Derek and I, it was so hard to refocus back my time, my efforts, to focus so much on becoming better. And I remember I told God, I was like, God, I'm done with men. The next man you bring for me, I want him to be a God-fearing man. I started rethinking about all the times that I felt like I lost myself when I was with Derek. And I started, putting in measures in place to make sure that it never happens again. Some word of advice I would give to you if you're going through a rejection right now, any case, any form of rejection you're going through, I want you to know that rejection does not define you. Because I was rejected by that big Nigerian brand, it doesn't make me anything less of the content creator that I currently am. Because I was rejected by them for that job offer doesn't make me less worthy or deserving of another position in an even better company. 2024, on my vision board, I wrote that I want to collab with a big brand, and I don't know how that is possible. I have been emailing brands since January. Now I'm even slacking. In January, February, every week, I used to email brands that I want to work with them. And sometimes they won't answer me. Sometimes they'll tell me that they don't have slots for any collaborations right now. And, that's just giving me more power to push myself, because this time that I'm getting rejected, I know that it is for a greater good. I know that God has so much more beautiful things in store for me, and I may be one email for a collab away from actually reaching a brand deal of my dreams. Your rejection does not define you in any way. Even if you failed a course and that's part of like what you're going through as a rejection, it doesn't make you anything less. Your rejection, guys, I want you to understand this, and I want you to say it with me. My rejection does not define me. If you want to write it down and paste it on your wall, make it your screensaver on your phone. Or screensaver, make it your wallpaper, your home screen, your lock screen. Make it your lock screen on your phone. My rejection does not define me. Just because you were rejected by somebody that you thought was the greatest, you thought that you wanted to get this job, you wanted to get into this school, you wanted to get into this, whatever it is, like I don't even have ideas for rejection, but whatever you have been rejected for, I want you to tell yourself that this does not define me. This does not make me any less of who I truly am. That is just a starting point for dealing with rejection. Ultimately, realizing that your rejection does not define you. And just because you were rejected once doesn't mean that you shouldn't try again. I strongly believe that as one door is closing, another one is opening with better situations. And I understand that it is hard to pick yourself back up. I'm not going to sit down here and lie to you and say it's easy. It is very, 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 very hard. Only the strongest can actually pick themselves up from being rejected, especially when it has to do with career. Because easily I would have said I am not fit to be a content creator because I got rejected by that big brand. But that's not who I am. Life is filled with so many possibilities, and just because you were rejected once doesn't mean that your life is over or you should end here. Rejection is redirection, and until you can come to true terms that rejection is redirection, until you can see it with your two crocodile eyes that rejection is redirection, that's the only way you can truly grow as a human being. I am praying, hoping, and rooting for you that whatever rejection that you are going through right now, because I know how it felt to be rejected. Whatever rejection you are going through now, I don't know what it is, but I am strongly believing that you will get out of it if you genuinely want to come out of that rejection. You just have to genuinely want it. Honestly, I am filled with so much emotions right now. I didn't even expect this video to be this long or this deep. I didn't even realize that these things actually affected me this deep. But I love you guys so much. And whatever you're dealing with, it's not the end of the world, babe. Pick yourself back up. Rest, re-strategize, redirect your attention, time, and energy, and then refocus. Because if I can deal with rejection, you too can. Thank you so much for getting to this part of the video. I really enjoyed discussing with you. I am praying to be more consistent on YouTube because I really enjoy this platform. Follow me on my other social media platforms. It's always a buzz, it's always a time with Shaz. And yeah, I guess I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.